Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be restoring the hair of Fearbook Draculaura. It is just out of the box. I've had this doll for a while now, but I haven't gotten around to a boil wash, so I'm going to do that today. I'm going to try and do it without removing the hat. The hair feels pretty waxy, like there's some product in it. It is polypropylene hair, and I want to basically just get that waxy feeling out, give it a nice wash and condition and boil wash, maybe trim it if I need to, and just brush it out. So nothing too intense, but I just want to get her box hair tamed basically. I'm also going to try not to get her bangs wet at all because I really like how the bangs came in the box. So yeah, here we go. Hi Lucky. Okay, so here she is. She's been air drying for just a couple minutes, standing straight up. I figured that would help get the freshly boiled wash hair generally in the position I want, but now I'm gonna tame it more just by combing through it. And I'm using a metal brush so it doesn't stretch the hair with too much friction. Just going through. It's already pretty much completely detangled. Since it is straight out of the box, usually that's not going to be too bad, but it just was a little frizzy and I wanted that waxy feeling to get out, which mostly was solved simply by washing the hair with dish soap and then conditioning it. I did notice a big difference in how the hair felt as soon as I put the conditioner in. Now up by where the ears are and where the hair goes right under the hat, I'm not super happy with how it's curving here. It's very subtle. I wish it was more straight. Now I could go and try to boil wash it again and see if that would fix it, but that's like on the back of the head. I'm mostly gonna see her from the front. It's not a huge deal, and I feel like it's gonna be challenging to get that perfect where the hat is because there's a hat there. Now there's this slit in the hat. I'm not sure what the purpose of this is, but the hair keeps wanting to go into there. I don't really want it to do that, so I'm trying to get it out of there. I also want to make sure the way the pink and black are blending looks good to my liking, so just going through and figuring out how to make it look as best as I can. Might switch to the thinner side of the comb. I think I did a pretty good job of not getting the bangs wet. Near the end there, I accidentally got them a little messed up, but I still think they look pretty good. Just gonna use my hands to make sure the different parts of the hair are where I want them to be. So we've got that section in front of the ear, this section behind both ears, and this section in front of that ear. Okay. I guess she has a side part, which makes sense because the bangs are on this side, but like this amount of hair in front of this ear is a lot less than in front of this ear. I might go ahead and just do one more boil wash because it is kind of bugging me how it is still not completely straight in some places. And also this time when I do the boil wash, I'm gonna do each of these 3 sections separately so that it really makes sure the hair knows which section it's supposed to stay in. Saying earlier, if I just keep trying to do it over and over again, like it's never going to be perfect, and I just have to accept that. But I am glad I did that one more time at least because it did make it better, but I am still noticing places where it's still like a little wavy, and I don't know, like I really want it to be completely straight, but that's very difficult to do. So I'm just going to brush out the hair and get it as best as I can. So let's go. And I did get the bangs wet, but again, I think they still look okay. Can someone explain to me what this slit in the hat is? Like, why is it there? My only guess would be that, like, if you were to cut off the ties, you could secure the hat on by cinching some hair into there, and it would somewhat keep the hat steady on the head. But otherwise, I don't know why it's there, and it's annoying me because hair keeps going up in there, and then it looks more prominent than the other pieces of hair. And like, I don't want it to be like that. Also, blending out the pink to look even everywhere is annoying me quite a bit, because I feel like there's more on this side than this side. And I feel like the only way to fix that would be for me to remove the hat and really get a good look at how the hair is rooted and really move it all around, or to completely reroot the doll. But I am not at a stage in my doll restoration experience where I would feel comfortable doing that. So for now, Draculaura is just gonna keep her original hairstyle, and that is that. I guess there is a bunch of pink on this side. It's just more so on the, whatever you call this, the inner hairline. I don't know. It's really bugging me how it goes like that. Maybe that part is supposed to go behind the shoulder, but in front of the ear. Maybe that's what it's trying to do. Maybe same thing here. I guess that would make sense. Okay, I'm gonna put her on this stand and get her ready to air dry. Her to dry for about 24 hours, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so it's actually several days later. I ended up getting busy, having such a fun time working in retail on Black Friday. So anyway, we're here though, and let's take a look. I think it still kind of looks wet. Oh wow, it even still feels a little damp. Would it really need more time to dry? I feel like all my other dolls that I've done have been dry within one day. I can't tell if it's damp or if it's just like a little bit cool, and maybe it's, I don't know. Well, the more I kind of tease the hair, the less damp it feels. So I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, I'm gonna brush it out a little bit. Brush is going through very smoothly. I think just to make it look less waxy, I'm just gonna be teasing it more and just make it look more, I don't know what the right word is, but like if you compare these two sides, I mean, both look good, but I'd prefer it to look more like this, I think, or somewhere in between, like not super messy, but also, as much as I've been trying to make it look perfect in this video, like I don't want it to look like it's actually perfect. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, I want it to look natural without being too messy. I don't know if that would even be considered natural though. Yeah, I do not like how the pink is unevenly blended, and also how it doesn't come all the way down. And the back of the hair, I mean, I guess it has some shape to it, but maybe I'll trim it a little bit. Let me get my scissors. I'm gonna try not to rush this, because whatever I cut off is not gonna grow back on a doll, so let me figure out the best way to do this. Okay, I think I should focus on this back section first. See, it just looks like uneven. But once you spread it out, it has a little bit more shape to it. Kind of like the widow's peak, doing like a V shape. It just seems not even, and the pink is also throwing me off on the shape of it. So I have to make sure she's standing up straight. I mean, I guess it looks fine. It's not that bad, but when it's not spread out like this, it looks more uneven. So maybe when I display her, I'll just make sure that the hair's like this, even though it's gonna be on the back and no one will see it. I still want it to be even. I'm just gonna trim like the very strays. I'm not gonna actually try and give her a haircut or to do anything with this, because I'm afraid I'm gonna ruin it. So I'm just gonna cut like the really obvious hairs that are too long. There's always more touching up I could do, but I'm not gonna worry about it. That is a lot less trimming than I thought I would do. Thought it was a lot less even. I guess it's because there's different lengths, so when it's not perfectly aligned, it just looks like it's all not even. But as long as I have it like this, I I feel like the more I stare at this, the more I'm gonna wanna cut different bits of it, but you know what? It's good enough. Now let's just see about the other parts of the hair. Don't want it to be too separate. Kind of brush them and try to blend them together maybe. See, then this messes up the V shape because these pieces are like longer. Let me make sure she's standing up straight though. I don't know if those bits are supposed to be back behind the shoulders like I'm putting them. Just felt like maybe that would make it flow a little better, but apparently not. It's hard because I feel like the stand gets in the way of me brushing the hair and positioning the doll how I want. Like, see how the stand's leaning back as well? So I'm worried that's messing up my perception of how the hair is, but I don't want to take her off the stand because that also makes it difficult with its own challenges of brushing the hair and making sure everything's right. Now this is long and then it goes up to the V. So maybe actually, because I could cut that to go with the V, but what would it be like if I just have it there? In there. It just felt a little too separate to me. I like how it can go behind the shoulder, but I don't know. Either way is fine. I think this is good enough. I'm gonna put on her clothes and give the final thoughts. Okay, as I'm starting to redress her and I put all the hair back, then it actually does seem to be more of an overall, like, V. Oh, I guess that still looks longer than this section though, but like when it's all together, you can't really tell that. Well, I guess these are still separate. Maybe that's just because I boil washed it that way. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep moving on. Okay, so before I give my final thoughts, let's look at the before and after. Okay, so overall I am very happy with how this doll turned out. Of course, I can always point out things that are bothering me. I guess just to repeat what I was saying earlier about the blending of the pink hair. And I also don't like how this slit in the hat forces some hair to be uneven like that. Also, I don't know how this happened, and this is not the doll's fault, but somewhere along the process, this ended up getting folded back. I don't know if it was like that before, but I didn't even wash the clothes or anything, so maybe just the way it was sitting to the side while I was doing this transformation just warped it. I'm not sure how to fix that, but it's probably a simple solution and it's not a huge deal because I decided I'm gonna display her after all that worrying about like the hair being placed perfectly. I'm just gonna display her with this side forward and this side all behind the shoulder, just because I think that looks more how I want it. I think like once I put on her clothes, like it gave me a better idea of how I wanted to style the hair. So anyway, as much as I've pointed out different things that are annoying me throughout this process, overall, I love this doll. I think she's gorgeous. I love her outfit. I love her hair. I love her bangs. I love her makeup. And I love her theme of being in like a film club. So yeah, overall I really like this doll. If you do want to see my original unboxing and review of her, you should check that out. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Love you lots!